You sure that I don't get myself too excited, right? Live? Are we good? I hope we're good. It's gonna be awkward otherwise. Yeah. I mean, like, welcome everyone to the stream. I don't know how this sounds for you. Um, I think I have everything sorted. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me okay? I'm just gonna check on my phone. Just real quick. Yeah, this is sounding okay. I think we're good. We're just gonna get started. This is gonna be me reviewing the top 5 tracks on Spotify from Ace and Chan. I not only have these 5 tracks here, which we're gonna listen through in their entirety, I am also going to be looking at the lyrics for each of them. This is a live streaming series I would like to do at least once per week. I'm probably going to be doing Ace and Chan today. I might do Jackie Chung a little bit later on. If you like these live streams, feel free to let me know. If you don't like them, also feel free to let me know. If the audio sounds weird, please do feel free to let me know. Without further ado, we're going to start on the first track, and if we go here, yeah, this first one is called Elimination, as I understand it, if I'm not mistaken. Elimination. So we're going to go to Elimination. We're going to listen through this track. Oh, it's off of this album, okay. We're going to listen through this track from start till finish, and here we think. Let's go. Yeah, let's listen. Go back from the top. Cool. I love that melody there. That main melody is fantastic. It's sensational. It's really pretty, and I love how the little cymbal shimmers there are going as well. And I also love the bass line in there. That's gorgeous. That's phenomenal. There's so much texture and so much color to this track. I'll put it big so that everyone can see what I'm listening to. Can I go to the track by itself? Hang on. Let's see if I can go to it by itself. No, it's part of an album. Okay, that's okay. Yeah. I'm watching this one, okay? I'm listening to this one. And by the way, before I go any further, just to express Jaya To. Jaya To? Jaya To. Hi Jaya. I'm not sure if Lonely Warrior is here today. We have Elimination, Because of Love. Oh, hang on. Oh no. Is this the right one? Us and Them movie theme. We have Your Forehead Wounds Make, the, what is this, English translation for Yu Zhong Shi. I don't know what that one is. Oh my goodness, Meng Ying Yao, are you serious? Composer is Jay Chou. Jay Chou did that. What? No way. Jay Chou is incredible, dude. Jay Chou's phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you, Ming Ying. I appreciate that, genuinely. Because when did this album come out? It came out in 2007, so how many albums would Jay Chou have done by that point? That would have been quite a few, wouldn't it? That's awesome, dude. By the way, if you see me looking over to here, your chat's over here. It's just, I could put it on the front screen, but I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. We'll get there in time, I think. I love how gracefully he goes up into the upper range of his vocals. He's a fantastic singer, like really. I adore how he operates. It's a shame I haven't reviewed more of him until now. Oh, the top one song is Lonely Warrior. Oh, thank you, Mingying. I appreciate that. Well, we're going to be listening through Lonely Warrior today, so that's great. Everyone's happy. I wish I understood this language better. Oh, it's so fantastic. I love how the strings really elevate the overall harmony and composition. You know, the drums are a staple of most styles of music, and they're here to kind of do occasional eighth note fills, but just the strings work so phenomenally well with Ace and Chan, and I'm just really impressed. It's just awesome, dude. It's so cool. And I love how there's room for instrumental tracks, because nowadays you don't really get a lot of singles that are released that are more than 4 minutes. A lot of songs that are released nowadays, especially ones that I review, are between 2 and 4 minutes. And the problem there is that you don't get a lot of time for the other instruments aside from the singer. They don't really get a time to shine, and it's a shame. Again, like, if the audio is louder than my voice, please let me know, because I've tried to equalize them and I'm aware that they might not be perfectly balanced, okay? It's stunning, man. That little bit of extra spice in his vocals there is fantastic. Just how he knows that he needs to do something differently for that next chorus, so he just goes up another level. Okay, more instrumental parts here. A little bit more happening with the drum kit as well to develop it further. Guitar solo. Wow. Ooh. That's a hell of a solo, isn't it? That's excellent. Great job. And we've just put that energy level down like that. It's fantastic. It's really well done. Yeah, incredible. Really great song. I enjoy it thoroughly. I think that like, for anyone wanting to get into Ace and Chan and what he's all about. Lyrics also by Jay. Are you serious? People say the music is clearly Jay's melody style. This song won the best song of 2007. Are you serious? No wonder this is getting the love it is. Look how many plays the song has. It's 27 million plays. Oh my goodness. That is so much goodness. Well done to Ace and Chan for this. That's sensational, dude. Dude, I adore that, man. I adore that so much. It deserves to have won it. Like, we'll talk more about it at the end. Oh, and those little synthy bits there as well with the melody at the end. Ah, man. See, this is why I'm doing these live streams, because I don't know enough about these musicians. I want people to help me to understand these musicians better, so that if I do more reviews of them in future, I'll be like, oh, but this person worked with Jay Chou, for example, with this song, etc. You know what I mean? Oh, beautiful, man. That's one of my favorite songs I've heard in quite a long time. I'm not joking. I really love that song. I'm so glad I'm doing these live streams now. It's gonna be so much fun. And this is potentially, my green screen might look like garbage at the moment, so I apologize if that's the case. It's just with white backgrounds and stuff, my headphones start to go white and stuff like that. So we'll see, man. We'll see how that goes. We got the lyrics here. You guys now can watch me attempt to decipher what the song is about, because usually with my reviews, I edit the absolute heck out of this part, because like me staring at the screen for 5 minutes with no music playing, you know, it's a bit dry. Also, I cannot guarantee these translations will be perfect. I prepared them before doing the live stream because I wanted to make sure I understood each of the tracks individually. I apologize if actually I don't look too bad. I've got playback as well over here, so I can see that I don't look too horrific at this point in time. But it's okay. That's all right. We've got every lies I have told you, yet a simple I love you you never believed. So like, he's lied about everything except I love you, and that's the part that's ironic about it. The story in your book I don't want to play out because I like happy endings. Yeah, there's some stylists like Jay Chou. Some of the stuff I've listened to, because I have reviewed Jay's third album, and I've heard some of the stuff in that album, and it's reminding me of some of the stuff in here. So don't worry, I have reviewed the third album, 8 Dimensions. It's I will be, you know, you'll know. I'll let you know when it's ready. We'll be doing these live streams weekly, so you can ask me how things are going. You know, I can give you updates. I have tried just to give up. It really was relieving. Why should love songs rhyme? Yeah, this is confusing. Chat. Hi, chat. What's this song about? Can you guys summarize it? I'm trying to iron down a breakup by leaving. I can only say that I admit it. Your worries have won over your trust. I'm abandoned. There is so much going on in this song, guys. There's so much stuff going on. So it's about a relationship that's broken up, is that right? But the memories haven't been destroyed or anything like that, and they're trying to, maybe she's trying to sort of remove the pain of breaking up by just leaving and not leaving a shred of there being a relationship or something like that. I am abandoned in your consolation. I can only say that I have lost. Our memories were not creased, but you are trying to iron down a breakup. Yeah, I'm confused. I'm confused about this one. This is a bit weird for me. I think it's about a relationship, and he's looking back on it and wondering where it all went wrong. And when I think about the connection with Jay Chou, I can imagine that kind of stuff. There's a lot of that sort of stuff in Jay Chou's music. I can understand why people love this song so much. You know, clearly it deserves the attention it's gotten. The best song of 2007. Wow, I'm really glad I got to hear it. We've got 4 more tracks to go though, so we're gonna keep going. Hopefully, you guys enjoy these reviews. Again, I don't have the usual editing in here. It's the raw playback, but I might be able to do like a highlights of these streams or something like that. But anyways, we've got track. Oh, hang on. The second track for today, is yeah, it's Because of Love. This is the track that is. So we're gonna listen to this from start to finish now as well. Is that just a single? No, that's off of an album as well. How many albums does this guy have? He has so many albums. He's a lot softer in this one with the acoustic guitars, isn't he? Oh, because Faye Wong is in here as well. Now, I think I've listened to Faye Wong before. But it's nice to hear Asen and Faye together. They're both apparently really great singers. This is a very fragile song, and again, I think it's because of love. And sometimes people will riff on me being like, oh, you think all songs are about experiences and relationships. He's one of the top singers in China, so he has a lot in both Mandarin and Cantonese. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to know the kind of work that Asen Chan has put in across these different languages. Like, question for Minying Liao and other people, what are the main differences between these different dialects? Like, are they completely different? Are there small changes? I don't know, but I'd like to learn. Oh, he's going really hard in that. What I mean by really hard is that, like, he's got a bit more oomph and energy behind the delivery of that specific line as opposed to when they both came in where it was a little bit more fragile. Oh, by the way, last song was about she choose to leave because he's hesitate in love. And he realized love can't be perfect, his story. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, Ming Ying Lao. I really appreciate that. Now I know what the song is like. I'm so glad that I'm doing these live streams because now people can help me when I don't entirely get stuff. And I think that that's actually, that's a net positive. That's a good thing for everyone, I think. Yeah, Stranger Under My Skin. Stranger Under My Skin is the album though, isn't it? It's lovely to have the both of them just by themselves. You know, like not needing any additional instruments. You know, aside from the guitars, I think that's fantastic. We've got a real sense of minimalism within this composition. And the strings come in, so we've got that gradual development. Although we're halfway through the song, what more are we gonna put in there? The drums. Ladies and gents, we got the drums. The way that both of them sing together is sensational. Their vocal textures work really well together. It sounds really crisp and warm and loving and caring, and I enjoy that a lot. Oh, the characters are the same but pronunciations are way different, so it's quite common that same melody would have two sets of lyrics. Wow, thank you. That kind of blows my mind a little bit. It's my head's struggling to wrap myself around the idea of the two in going between each other, but that's really clever stuff. Thank you for explaining that. I genuinely appreciate it. Wait, did he just harmonize with himself as a cooler response to Fei Wong? Wow. He totally is. It's so adorable. What's up, Tom? How's it going, bud? Having a good day, Mr. Gorsuch? Now, hang on. Is it how do you pronounce your last name, Tom? Is it Gorsuch or Gorsuch? I need to know, because I'm always scared of getting it wrong. JTC The Prophecy, my man, you can get a review. Today we're going to be reviewing Acen-chan, but what I can do at the end of the stream, or yeah, I don't really want to plug the stuff, the Fiverr stuff here. I just tell you what, wait until the end of the live stream, we'll sort it out. Yeah, it's all good. I need to update the description anyways. But yeah, I can do a review for you. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Because these live streams I'm doing at the moment are purely based off of they're based off of reviews or artists and musicians that have been recommended to me by fans of the channel. None of the content, like, I'm not being paid to review Acen-chan's top 5 tracks on Spotify. That's something I'm doing because I want to do it, because I want to learn more about the music. But I can do paid reviews for people outside of it. We'll talk about that later on if you're interested. Gorse. It's Gorse. Wow. Gorse. That's going to be a tricky one for me, but I will try, Tom. I will try. It's all good. Oh, right, we're at the end of the song. So what was this one called? It was called Because of Love, with Fei Wong and Acen-chan. Because of Love, I give you an old CD. Listen to our love story at that time. Sometimes I suddenly forget I'm still loving you. Now, what is this song about? This is a tricky one. I don't know how to feel about this one. Listen to our love story at that time. Sometimes I suddenly forget I'm still loving you. I don't know. This one's a bit tricky. You nearly got it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Of course. Listen to our love story at that time. Sometimes I suddenly forget I'm still loving you. I'm lost about this one. I mean, like, that's the city's got a love story on it, and then sometimes he forgets he's still loving you. Don't sing a song like that anymore. Don't sing a song like that anymore. So they can't sing the same love story. Oh, they forget that they're loving each other, so they're kind of reminding each other of that, if that's not completely incorrect. Because of love, we are not easily saddened. That's why everything looks so happy. Oh, I get it. So that CD is like their way of listening back to their story so they never become sad. Because of love, we're simply growing up. It can still drive me crazy for you anytime. Because of love, how can we grow old? That's why we still look young. Because of love in that place, people are still wandering over there, coming and going. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe I should reply to comments at the end of the songs. I don't know. I'll sort it out because I want to make sure that I'm not yeah, it's all good. We'll figure this out as we go. So I think that this is about them being in love, appreciating it, growing old together, but feeling young because of their love. Maybe the story is changing over time, but they still appreciate each other and they can see other people wandering and they're happy for where they are. That's basically my understanding of this track. On that one. That was what was that called? That track there, Because of Love. Because of Love. Stunning track. Very, very different to the first one we listened to. I'm liking that range. That difference in the tones between these songs. Asen Chan, clearly you have a musician who has depth and there's a real sense of diversity to his skill set when it comes to the music that he writes, and I have a lot of appreciation and respect for that. And additionally, oh, it's the theme song for a romantic movie, which is sequel to a romance TV series 12 years before the movie. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that I'm understanding the song correctly, Mingying. That's fantastic. That's cool. Yeah, because I don't want to get the song's message wrong, but at the same time, I know that if I spend too much time trying to figure out the lyrics, it might bore people. So that's okay. That is the second track of today. We've got Us and Them movie theme. So we're gonna listen to the Us and Them movie theme. This has got 26 million listens, which is phenomenal when you think about it. That's really great. We're gonna listen to this track now. He loves his strings, doesn't he? He loves his strings in his music. With again with the piano. This reminds me more of the track we just listened to.
该说的别说了，你懂得就够了。真的有某一种悲哀，连泪也不能流，只能目送。
He likes to resolve these verse passages or these sort of stanzas, and he doesn't really seem to like to leave a lot of tension there. He wants it to end nice and comfortably, and I think that's a lovely thing to have as as a consideration for the listener.
是你的遗憾与我有关，没有句点已经很完美了，何必误会故事没说完？还能做什么呢？
I'm going to his falsetto now.
我连伤感都是奢侈的，会想念你就那么近，但终究你都不能陪我到回不去的远方。
The piano line is so supportive, and in combination with the him going up into his higher vocal range, it sounds like there's more in intensity and more energy, but without like it becoming overbearing or aggressive or anything like that. It's just these little slight subtle changes which are really meaningful within this track, and I really appreciate the finesse there that Asen Chan's showing within this performance.
原来我很快乐。
We made that big. Yeah, we can. Cool. Just for anyone coming in. Hi, Connie. How's it going? This song is also the theme song of a romantic movie. You know, romantic... That's kind of his wheelhouse, isn't it, Asen Chan? It's these romantic comedies. I love it. Thank you. That's gorgeous. I think it's a good smart move. I mean, it's relatable stuff. Everyone wants to feel loved and be, you know, and be loved. Oh, the piano is getting a lot more active, isn't it? A little bit of tension in that harmony there. Ooh, some extended chords. Now, we fixed that. We resolved it so that it went up into the major, and I think that's fantastic. A really smart move there on behalf of Asen. It was great to have more emphasis on the piano part when the vocals weren't there, because for the verse parts and up until now, the singing and the piano parts have kind of been helping each other out to make the song sound complete. And when you take Asen's vocals away, you have the piano line come in to save the day and fill up that space.
我最大的遗憾是你的遗憾与我有关
He's got such a lovely, quiet
没有
voice.
句点已经很完美了
It's so effortless how he goes between those
故事
notes.
没说完
Dude, he's a phenomenal singer. Actually, like, this is important. I don't understand the language, and I'm feeling emotions right now. Like, I'm an empath, so like, when something's expressed in an emotional context by the tone of a person's voice or something like that, it hits me. And he's so authentic, and he sounds like an incredible human being, like someone. By the way, that this is how impressive a vocalist he is. In my opinion, he sounds like someone who you could just trust. Do you know what I mean? It's so heartwarming and honest and so faithful, and I adore it.
还能做什么呢
How he's holding those notes so
我人生看都
effortlessly.
是
What
奢
a
侈
performer.
的，我一想念你就那么近，但终究你都不能陪我到回不去的远方。原来我很快乐。
That vibrato is stunning. This guy, and this was, again, this is the span of Asen's career. This is 2018. This was, it was 4 years ago, but like we were listening to stuff from way back in 2007 before. He is still going strong. It's amazing, dude.
只是不愿承认
What a singer, man.
在我怀疑世界时，你给过我答案。
It makes me want to cry. And again, I don't understand what the song's
我
about.
感觉到幸福，是看见你幸福。曾经亲手把时间变慢，可惜我们没有等，我们。
Oh my goodness, that was glorious, dude. What an amazing musician. That is my favorite. That is my favorite one so far. He is like a fine wine. He has gotten better with age. Wow. I need a moment. I need a moment. I'm getting a bit like emotional about this. I feel like my heart's opened after listening to this track, and I'm not making this up. Asen Chan is I am so happy. I actually want to take a moment. This is kind of the halfway point to thank you watching this live stream. Thank you if you at any point have asked me to review Asen Chan, because I am so glad I have. I am so unbelievably stoked that I had the opportunity to listen to his music today. We've still got 2 more, mind you, but I am just I am so I adore this so much. I'm just trying to get my window so I can get this all in the same window. He said Mingying Liao says he said in an interview that the song required lots of techniques to avoid vocal damage. He even had to pull from back muscle. Pull from back muscle. Dude, he literally put his back into it. He pulled it. He pulled his back into it. Wow. Wow, dude. Because that's the thing. As you watching this, as you're probably aware, to sing well, you need to use your whole body as like an instrument. If you're singing from your throat, you're gonna destroy your vocal cords. You've got to use all of this, you know. You got to use all of that. Wow. Thank you, Mingying. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And we got Connie with a love story about a couple met each other on a train, fell in love, and broke up. The journey around 10 years. They broke up in the end? Why did they break up? What went wrong? How could you meet on a train and break up 10 years later? That's just sad, dude. I understand why it sounded bittersweet now. Thank you. We're still gonna look through the lyrics, but I appreciate that explanation. So thank you, Connie. That's awesome. We got lyrics here. Wow, there's quite a lot. When I looked at this initially, I thought it was like only from here to here, but there's actually the second half here. Lyrics. You don't need to say what you have to, as long as you understand. There is a form of sadness where I can't even weep, only seeing you off. Oh, that's a deep sadness, my dude. My biggest regret is that I'm part of your regret. No, that's too much, man. He regrets, but part of the regret? What? No, that's sad, dude. The story is perfect as is before the sentence ends. So why bother to mistake this as incompleteness? Even my sorrows are considered luxuries. Accompany me to that. You cannot accompany me to that distant place that we can no longer go back to. I guess I was contented. I just don't want to. Wow, this is such a difficult sort of thing. This is him thinking about it and coming to terms with it. And just the difficulty of it, the complexity of the situation. I'm stunned by this. You have given me the answer when I doubted the world. Again, the chorus, I'm my biggest regret is I'm a part of your regret. The story is perfect as is before the sentence ends. I suppose it was great for what it was until it ended. My happiness is to see your happiness. We try to slow down time, make more of time. Alas, we didn't wait long enough for us to happen. Oh. 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 Us. Oh, dude, I am feeling hella emotional right now. That's chills. I've got chills all down my back from this. I am feeling all sorts of emotions. Juan Joe says, Eason good in live performance. Yeah, I want to comment on the being good in live performances thing just before we go on to the next song. Although I feel like I haven't spoken about this track enough. I'll give a minute or two just to conclude this track because it's a favorite one of mine. I'm going to put a heart beside it. I might even, after this live stream, I might even add this to a playlist so that anyone who's interested can have a listen to my favorite songs from this live stream. How about that? That might be good. But just if Asen Chan is great in his live performances as well, I maintain that that is a mark of a flawless musician. if you can tell stories phenomenally well, if you can write music phenomenally well, and if you can perform it phenomenally well, you are what's known as a triple threat. If you are able to get those three things sorted, all you've got to do is just find someone who can record, mix, and master well. And if you can also do that studio stuff well, oh, dude, you are successful beyond your wildest dreams. It also helps to be attractive, and to be fair, Asen Chan is an attractive individual. I think that's fantastic. But this song here, what I loved about it is that it reminded me a lot of the music from like I listened to from like the 30s, 40s, and 50s. A lot of the music I listened to from then, it's just these strings and this fragility there, and this sense of humanity, and all these different emotions where you don't have modern producers who are trying to squeeze the life and the dynamicism out of it. It's so fundamentally fantastic, and I am so glad. I'm in a great mood, man. I am so happy that I got to listen to this today. You may react some Cantonese live performance like concert videos. I might do that. If you got, I probably need to do a community poll on YouTube to see who we live stream next. Because I want to do another one of these next week. I've really enjoyed chatting to people today. Thank you for coming into this live stream and having a chat with me. I'm not super hot or good at pronouncing the characters when people have the characters in their name. Like, you know, I'm not great with Japanese characters, for example, or Mandarin or Cantonese. And that's because I'm quite ignorant. But we've got here's a singer from Hong Kong. I strongly recommend you to listen to his Cantonese songs. I'm happy to listen to more of Asen Chan. Absolutely. I would like to maybe do some of the musicians that I haven't reviewed at all yet. Especially because I do need I have a Jay Chou 8th Dimension review that I have to put out. You know, like I've had Jackie Chung, we've had some people on Zhao Xin, another review of that. Zhao Xin, effectively Zhao Xin is the #1 viewed video on my channel. And the disappointment for me with Zhao Xin is that translation job on that, there was room for improvement, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Forget what I'm saying if it was done by Kubalike or Soullight, but I think there was room for improvement there. So I'll probably review some more of that, but I want to sort of like allow people to vote on who I live stream as well. So we'll have a look at that after this. For now, though, this is my favorite song from Asen Chan. We will see what's next. We have two more. We have, hang on. Oh, I've stuffed up. I've confused things. Let me just do something real quick, okay, guys? Gonna just do this. Gonna like just do something real quick. What is this one? Okay, here we go. I think I've got it now. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Is this the one? 10 years? I think it is. That's great. I'm glad I figured that out in advance. So this is the second song we have here. Sup, Orison? How you going, Orison? How you doing, buddy? You all good? You all good, my man? You all good. Sick as, my dude. Sick as, my dude. Just for anyone watching this, I've also got a review up tonight from Overson that you should check out because it's fantastic music, okay? So go check out Overson's review. As well as Tom Gorset, who I've also reviewed some music from. Yeah, just a shout out there. We've got Min Liao. 10 years is a good example of two sets of lyrics for same melody. Cantonese version is today, next year. 10 years is more about making peace with breakup, the other about heartbreaking. My goodness. My goodness. This stuff is exclusively about relationships, isn't it? We got 10 years though. Okay, it's piano led as well. When was this one released? This is from the 2003 album. Excellent. The mark of a fantastic musician, by the way, is that the quality of his performance remains consistent throughout, like, a decade and a half. From 2003 to the track we listened to before, which was released in 2018. The mark of a really, really great performer is that this, even if the production value is slightly different just due to technological advances, yeah, you know what I mean. It's just he's fantastic in all of these tracks so far. He's a little bit more explorative with these eighth note vocal melodies though. There was a lovely and sufficient amount of darkness that was put in there by those minor chords. I like that little dip in the positivity and the gentleness that we took there. Having that little bit of tension there can spice up a song and make the listener want to hear more of the good stuff, and then you're able to loop it. Yeah, this is a little bit more experimental, isn't it? The reason I say it's experimental, by the way, is simply because we've got some interesting chord changes here that don't typically work well unless they're in the right context. Like, I'm not even sure if all of those are in the same key signature. I think they are actually. We're just not trying to... Yeah. Oh, that resolved it really well, though. Interesting. Is that a mandolin or some other stringed instrument? He's doing all sorts of interesting stuff with these lead melodies and arpeggios and scale runs. This is not quite. I still don't, I like the third one more than this one, just because of the way it made me feel. But I appreciate the musicality and a demonstration of his understanding of music theory, as well as the level of performance on display here. 10 years. Right, contrast. And you got those strings bringing up that uplifting emotion. Lovely and warm and fluffy. And notice how the strings change, the violin or the melodies and harmonies there. When it gets a little bit more tense with the darker minor chords, you have da 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 da. You have a transition there. You have a shift in there, and the speed of those strikes of those notes. Charming. Oh, cool. Oh, that bass. That is a lovely bass guitar tone that he has there. And more solo sections. And what's phenomenal about this is that he's doing this. He's had like several instrumental parts and a song that is mostly vocal focused. This is an incredibly well written song, and I'm liking the complexity of some of the musical concepts within it. I think it's great. This is, again, part of why I'm liking doing these top fives, is that it shows the range of Ace and Chan. Despite the themes and what the songs are about being sort of similar, relationship focused, breakups and heartbreak and other parts of it, like there's change within the way the instruments are played, the melodies and harmonies are written, some of the orchestrations and set up, and just, yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Your lyrics here for 10 years. Composer created this song, and in 2 nights after receiving the lyrics, in her opinion, its melody is more freestyle, yet catchier. Absolutely. The less you can formulate a melody in a song which requires you to have a real pure emotional performance, the better. You want to have some humanity in there. If you overthink it, it'll sound almost robotic, unless like yeah. That's a hot take, but yeah, we'll get into the lyrics anyways for 10 years. What do we got here? If I didn't speak the 2 words with fear, I wouldn't have found myself badly hurt. Wow. What's the song about? 2 words with fear. Oh, okay. So sharing happiness with tears, talking about lots of opportunities to leave. Oh, yeah. So this is just talking about, yeah, this is definitely about making peace with the breakup. You're absolutely right, Mingying. I completely vibe with that. Yeah, it's great. So there's like development throughout the themes of that song. We've been friends for many years. Now that I know the tears I cry, not only for you but also for the others. Yeah, so like, you got to eventually come to terms with the fact that a person isn't in your life anymore. And this is a very raw thing to make a song about. I think the freestyle element of the melodies there is important because a lot of people freestyle breakups and are the way that we cope with things. It makes sense in regards to the overall messaging of the song. It's very stylistically cohesive. It's great. I enjoyed the song. It didn't quite hit me. It didn't quite hit me the same way as Us and Them, the theme song there. But I can acknowledge that this was a really well written song, and I have a lot of love for it. We've got time for one more track today, and then I really have to go. But I just want to say before we get into it, thank you for watching this live stream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do, because I will be doing more of these. And I'm not just going to be doing Ace and Chan, I'm going to be doing lots of other musicians as well. So it should be good. Anyways, what's this last track called? It's called No. Oh no. Oh no, I need to do the same thing here. I goofed it. I goofed it. Go to show credits. Ing lyrics. What is it? Is this it? Okay. Now, if I'm wrong here, let me know. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is at A. Gu Zhongshe? Ju Yongshe? Is that right? I could be wrong. Yeah. I'm hoping it's correct. I'm hoping this is it. Let me know if I've got the wrong one. I'm just gonna double check the characters. I think it's the right song. Anyways, we're gonna listen through it. This is the one that I think has been requested. This is the top one apparently. People are kind of down for this one. So we're gonna listen through this final track from start till finish. Hear what we think, do a conclusion, and then it'll be time to enjoy the weekend. Well, I mean, I'm enjoying this, but, you know, extra enjoyment. This is instantly different to everything else I've heard from Ace and Chan so far. It's much more contemporary in its production. You have these synth elements, these digital parts, and I like it. I like that we're shifting towards this. He has a lot in his discography of the more acoustic elements, but I'm wondering if this will make me feel the same way as some of the other tracks. Thanks, Mingying. I appreciate the confirm there on the lyrics. And yeah, I agree, singing with his mother language is incredible. And what? It's the theme song for the Netflix League of Legends anime. Okay, let's just take a step back. What? 1. League of Legends has an anime? 2. The League of Legends anime is on Netflix? 3. Ace and Chan made the theme song for a show on... That's wild, dude. That's so cool, man. I had no idea about any of this. I understand completely why it sounds different, because, like, you know, the stuff I've listened to until now has been fantastic music. But League of Legends, the stuff I hear, when I imagine League of Legends, I imagine synthesizers and dubstep and EDM and that kind of stuff. So I can understand why we've taken a different approach with the instruments we're using, the production and all that. Thank you, Connie. Arcane League of Legends. I might go check that out after this. I don't know, but at least I'll know who wrote the theme song, right? It's like chilled out dubstep without the wub-wubs. You know, it's like chilled out dubstep without the wub-wubs, and I kind of adore it. I like that we're doing this in 2021. Oh, and right back to the quiet part? That's cool. We're at that halfway point. Smart move. Oh, great. And then we've got that gradual vocal build there, and now we're back into this chorus. So, this isn't a criticism. The structure of this track is very formulaic, and I can appreciate that it's written and produced well. Very easy to follow, clear, pristine, you know, sounds of the instruments, recorded very well. Thank you. I appreciate the recommendation. I like this, hey, I like those backing vocals, those chants there. It kind of sounds like you're surrounded by people encouraging you to get involved in whatever this is, you know? It's energetic, it's fun, it's cool, you know? Interlude time? Oh, he's got that falsetto in there. And the great thing about Ace Chan is that you know that he hasn't got a whole lot of vocal effects, auto-tuning, etc. because he just sings fantastically by himself. He doesn't need all that extra stuff. His voice sounds great on its own. I dig it, I vibe with it. There's so much energy in the vocals, and he's clearly giving it his all. That dum bum 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 bum, you know, that requires conscious increases in the way that you express yourself and form the words that you're singing and the way you sort of like perform them. Like there's changes in the way he's expressing himself in each of the different bits, and I think that it's very appropriate and really cool. I think it's a fantastic shift from what I've heard from Ace Chan so far. I think it's a great direction to go in. I'm not sure if it's going to be a one-off for him, as it's very outside of what I'm used to from him. But like, nonetheless, I'm thankful to have listened to this. I'm being serious, by the way. I do want to go and listen. I do want to have a listen to the, come on, Logan. I want to have a look through the anime for the League of Legends stuff in my own time. But that's basically the last track I'm going to be reviewing today, the lyrics. What is the song about? Be brave, your forehead's wound, your different mistakes. Don't hide your shabby doll. So don't be embarrassed of yourself. So this is different to the relationship stuff we've talked about before. And the love and loss stuff. They said that you have to take every monster, so you're hurt no one loves a clown. Whereas, why is the loneliness? Who said that Sludge is not a hero? Told love you to not walk in the dark lane. Anyone willing to help me with understanding this? Like, again, I don't think it's particularly, like, I don't think it's poorly translated. There's just a lot to take in at this point in time. I'm also kind of like not familiar with the anime, Arcane League of Legends. So it'd be good for if I need some context there, you know? This is hacker, battle, the most humble dream, to the choice of the night and the dark and roar. Then let me not have the wind, you are as proud of that kind of lonely. So is it like, don't be afraid to walk in the darkness, don't be afraid to be yourself, you don't have to be perfect all the time? Is that what the track's about? Dare to block the gun, love you and I'm so like, battle, the most humble dream. Your silence is deafening, you are the hero, love you to walk in the dark lane, love you not to look like. Refuse to cry, you are the hero. Love you from the wild who loaned his lifelight. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ming Ying. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. So that's what the track's about. If we go back to the track then, I think that the music is like, it sounds almost spiritual, like people can become superhuman. There is a really slick coolness to it that I think stylistically matches the game that it's based off of really well. I think considering the game itself, League of Legends, has like 200 heroes in it and you can be any of them. They became ordinary and then became something special. I think that's fantastic. And I think that the story matched the anime that it's about, and I think the music, again with the sort of digital synthetic elements, combined with how like easy to follow is and how chill and accessible, they needed to make a theme song that wasn't overly complex or to the point where it became sort of pretentious. Not that I'm saying that any of Ace and Chan's stuff is pretentious. His music is phenomenal, but I can understand why this was different to the other 4 tracks that we've listened to today. All in all, I really enjoyed Us and Them. This was my favorite one today, I think. It's the one that got me to feel things I hadn't really felt in quite a while. But all in all, Ace and Chan, the stuff he writes about, whether it's people being bigger than themselves or the relationships, you can really trust what he's saying as a singer. And I heard that the author of the lyrics is a cancer patient, Marxist. Well, I think that Ace and Chan did the lyricist proud. I think that that's phenomenal. I think that the lyricist, the person who wrote the lyrics for that song, should be proud of themselves. Genuinely. What a lovely what a lovely what a lovely opportunity for them to be able to write music, like lyrics for Ace and Chan to be able to sing. I think it's phenomenal collaboration, and Ace and Chan did them proud. Yeah, these songs that I've listened to today from Ace and Chan have been fantastic. I've enjoyed every one of them. I haven't got any massive complaints about them. The predominant instruments of the guitar, the drums, the bass, the strings, singing, and occasional featured vocalist, but are all solidly produced, and the production value for the most part was splendid. I guess that's basically the conclusion. But yeah, that's basically my live stream, my SB live streams of Ace and Chan. His top 5 tracks on Spotify. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this live stream, just making sure I haven't missed any comments. If you enjoyed this live stream, feel free to leave a like on this video if you haven't already, so that I know that you enjoyed it, because I'm keen to work to improve these live streams and make them better and better so that people have a great time while watching them. I will be putting up a community post tomorrow about the next musician that I'd like to do SB live streams for. So if you want to vote on that, you're more than welcome to. The next live stream will probably be the exact same time. I know that at the moment, and I could be wrong, so forgive me if I'm wrong, a lot of people are celebrating Chinese New Year, so best of luck with the festivities there, and happy Chinese New Year. I'm hoping that's how it goes. If not, I'm really sorry. And yeah, stay cool and stay safe, and please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need to help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you in the next live stream. Spider-Hand.